What's up guys, Ivan Carranza here and welcome to Bass Tone Tuesday. Today we're gonna compare how one bass line sounds against 5 different drum grooves. And for this, my good friend Matthias Blesse provided us with the drums. He's the drummer of my band Ash Makers and also records the drums for pretty much all the gear demos that you've seen here in the channel. And I think this is important to listen and to analyze, not only because bass and drums are part of the rhythm section, but also in terms of songwriting and arrangement, because as you're gonna hear, you're gonna get different vibes, different feels, depending on what the drums are playing underneath the bass line. But let's check out the samples first. As you could hear, the bass line is fairly simple, there's quite a bit of space between the notes, but even then, just by changing what the drums are playing, drastically change how the whole thing sounds like. And even though the bass is playing the exact same thing, by switching the type of groove that's underneath it, you get a different vibe, a different feeling. So he started just with the hi-hat, then played a bit more, then switched to a completely straight groove, then mimicked everything that I was playing on the bass with the kick, and lastly was a bit more busy, kind of like Motown inspired, and all those grooves give you a different feeling. And this is important, like I mentioned, in terms of songwriting and arrangement, because maybe you have a really cool bass line that you want to keep going throughout sections, and a great way to, change how a section feels like when you move from part A to part B of a song. Maybe you can just change the drum groove to go into the next section from the verse into the pre-chorus, but maybe you can keep the bass line going and it's gonna change the feel of the song. Or maybe within just one part, you can start a verse in a certain way and then the second half, the drums are playing something different, for example. They can change from normal time to half time or double time. There's a lot of things that you can do in that department. Or maybe you have a bass line that you wrote and you really like it, but what the drummer is playing is kind of not really clicking. So instead of changing everything, you can just change the drum groove and see how that feels. Maybe that is going to provide you with the feel that you want the audience to perceive. And also the other way around, if the drums are playing something really cool and they want to keep playing that, but what you're playing is kind of not really clicking, you can also change your bass line, of course, to match the energy that they want the audience to have or to receive. So, like I said, this is important in terms of songwriting and arrangement, because you might have the coolest bass line in the world, but if the other elements are not clicking, it's not gonna sound as cool as it could be. So feel free to experiment in that department. Small changes make a big difference. An extra kick here and there, leaving out a kick, or how the hi-hat is played, all those elements make a huge impact in terms of how your song, your riff, your bass line is gonna sound like. So I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the content that's coming to the channel. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.